Toronto Raptors finally shook things up when they traded OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, and Malachi Flynn to the New York Knicks for Canadian RJ Barrett, Immanuel Quickley, and a 2024 second-round pick via Detroit. While it was hard seeing OG go, I love the trade for the Raptors as they get back two really good young talents that fit Scottie Barnes' timeline. Barrett and Quickley immediately brought some newfound energy and excitement to a Raptors team that was quickly fading, and they both gave us a good glimpse of the future in Toronto. What's going on, everyone? It is Luca here, back with another video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley's Raptors debuts and tell you why both players will shine with the Raptors. If y'all can do me a favor, please hit a like on the video. It helps it a ton. And also, please subscribe to the channel for more Raptors and NBA content just like this. The Raptors officially ushered in a new era of Raptors basketball when Barrett and Quickley were named starters, thankfully, on Monday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right away, the Raptors had more balance in their starting five, and the spacing was so much better after integrating two quality starters. And even though both players only had one morning shoot around to get familiar with their new team, they both made immediate impacts. RJ Barrett, playing for his hometown NBA team, finished his Raptors debut with 19 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist on 6 of 12 shooting from the field and 1 of 2 shooting from deep. He went 6 of 8 from the free throw line, including hitting 2 clutch free throws late to essentially win the game for Toronto. 2 of his 3 buckets in the first half came from one-on-one attacks in transition, and I absolutely loved how aggressive Barrett was. Barrett showed a lot of good things in 29 minutes of action. He relentlessly attacked the basket, was able to score in transition, and showed off some nice playmaking. He was pushing the pace when he needed to, he was spacing and cutting well, and he did some nice things defensively. Obviously, there are some things he needs to clean up on, like not forcing the issue at times and limiting turnovers, but it was nice seeing Barrett actually playing to his strength instead of camping outside in the corners. The Knicks tried to use him as a corner 3 guy, but I want to see Barrett initiate more of his own offense and bully his way to the basket. If Barrett can do that while not trying to do too much, and he can consistently hit the 3, then the best may be yet to come for him. People are overlooking and already writing off Barrett, but the reality is, he's still only 23 years old. It's funny, I actually forgot how young he still is. He is still a couple years away from reaching his true prime years as a player, and he still has a lot of room to grow. The Knicks lack patience with Barrett because they're trying to win now, but with the Raptors seemingly going in a youth movement and building around Scottie Barnes, they will have far more patience with Barrett's game. Barrett will have a great chance to take his game to the next level with the Raptors. And here's the other thing. You can already tell how happy Barrett is to be here. He's playing for the team he grew up rooting for. I mean, who wouldn't be motivated by that? This is the change of scenery that could very well revitalize RJ Barrett's career. Next, let's talk about Immanuel Quickley, who looks like the real prize in this trade. He's oozing with star potential, and the Raptors look like they have their next great franchise point guard. He's going to be the perfect complementary guard to Scottie Barnes. I keep seeing Knicks fans say that they're upset that they gave him away. Even Stephen A. Smith recently on First Take said he didn't want to lose Quickley. I mean, it's clear to see the tremendous potential and upside he has. He gives me Tyrese Maxey vibes when I see him in action. And it's funny because he actually backed Maxey up at Kentucky. Quickley got into early foul trouble, but he still finished with 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, on 5 of 13 shooting from the field, and 2 of 5 from 3. He could have very well finished with 20 points, but he missed a couple of shots from close. He was the runner-up for 6th Man of the Year last season, and in 28 games as a starter in his career, he's averaging 21.4 points, 5 rebounds, and 4.8 assists. That's a really good sample size to build on. With Jalen Brunson in New York, Quickley was never going to have a chance to truly shine. Now, he's going to get ample opportunities being the Raptors' starting point guard. Quickley's first bucket with the Raptors was a 3-pointer, which was set up by Barrett's dribble penetration. And then, Quickley opened things up beautifully with a nice pick and roll scene with Jakob Poeltl. And what do you know, guys? Jakob Poeltl actually looked good in the game against the Cavs, and he's going to benefit greatly in the pick and roll with a guy like Immanuel Quickley. Quickley has an impressive skill set and has great athleticism. He shoots it well from deep, and then he can go into his bag of moves to create instant offense. He also has good off-ball defense. he has all the tools to become the next breakout star. Quickley said Toronto fans are already special and says he felt the love. He already seems like he's going to be a big fan favorite here. I'm a big fan of Immanuel Quickley's game, and this was the part of the trade that made me really love this deal for the Raptors. The Raptors needed a dynamic guard, and now they have one who's only 24 years old. I mean, the duo of Quickley and Barnes is going to be something fascinating to watch over the years. And look, I know it's one game, but I'm much more excited about the direction of this Raptors franchise than I was just a few days ago before the trade. I actually think the Knicks-Raptors trade is going to end up significantly benefiting both teams because OG looked solid in his debut and the Knicks looked a lot better with him. But this trade for the Raptors made a lot of sense. It brings two young, skilled players into the starting lineup that can now grow with Scottie Barnes. And the best part about it, Barnes still got his numbers and made an impact even with the new players integrated and despite his off shooting night. He finished with 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. The next big question for this Raptors franchise is what they will end up doing with Pascal Siakam. Siakam is, of course, an unrestricted free agent this summer, and he's turning 30 years old this year, so it doesn't necessarily fit this new Raptors timeline. What's important, though, and something that TSN's Josh Lewinberg outlined, is that because the Raptors made this trade with some time left before the NBA trade deadline, they can actually see how Siakam fits with this team around him and then gauge from there. But if the Raptors do want to trade Siakam, it could be a little tricky because, as Mark Stein said, any team that acquires Siakam now will only be eligible to offer him a 2-year extension. But Siakam would prefer again to proceed to unrestricted free agency, meaning that any team that trades for him now must be daring enough to roll those dice. However, after training Anunoby, the belief around the NBA is that the Raptors are willing to be a little more flexible when it comes to negotiations for Siakam, an idea that was not presented to other franchises like the Hawks in the offseason, according to Brett Siegel. As of right now, the general belief around the league is that the Raptors are looking for 2 players who can fit in with the rotation right away, along with 2 future first-round picks per Siegel. You know what my stance is on Siakam. I believe the Raptors should move on from him and officially enter this new era. Overall, what were your takeaways from RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley's Raptors debuts? And do you think both players have a bright future with the Raptors? Let me know your thoughts, guys, down below. Be sure to hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more. We will see how the new look Raptors continue to look as they will begin a very tough 6-game West Coast trip starting with the Grizzlies on Wednesday. That is it for me. As always, thank you so much for watching. This is Lucas signing off. I will catch you all again in the next video.